my friends, I'm G Hondo, and welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTV Season 2. This is episode 93. In the end of episode 91, and pretty much all of episode 92, we were going around the map and fixing a little bit of a problem that our maglev upgrade caused, in that apparently it does not like to play with roads like all other types of rail do. But we've got all that sorted out, so let's get rolling. We're almost ready to pack this mission down. It's basically done. There's a few others that are in the 60s or 70s, so we'll definitely get this one done, and we'll probably get 2 or 3 of the other ones done as well this episode, so I think we'll have a pretty good time. I took a quick look through all the vehicles just before I started recording, and currently there's nothing new, but according to the documentation of the mods I'm using, we have until 2070, so still a bit of time. And once we do hit 2070, that will end this season, and then I'll be starting season 3. I am still open to suggestion in terms of any specific mods I should use, or if there's any specific challenges anyone can come up with. So, as I mentioned in earlier episodes, if you do have any ideas, I'm absolutely happy to hear them. Just leave me a comment. And in the meantime, we'll keep rolling along here. I think overall this has been a pretty fun season. The beginning was really painfully slow, of course, with nothing but horse-drawn wagons, but we got there. And then things started to really take off once we got into steam and later on into diesel engines and what have you, so it was a bit slow going, but overall it was still pretty fun. So, what is... kind of thought this one would be done by now. How far does that boat have to go? Oh, it's just docked now. Okay, never mind. Because I was sitting there thinking that this has been sitting like this an awful long time. But there it goes. Okay, I just need to give it a little bit more time. Plenty of oil there's on hand, and good production, so yeah, definitely not a problem. But let's wait and see what we get. Alright, it is a sawmill mission, I think. We're already doing this one. Yeah, I thought that name looked familiar. And that forest is doing really well, so should not be a problem at all. Even though that's a pretty large amount of wood, I don't think it'll be a big problem. I see one of my valuables is coming down to a small penalty on the profit, which means I have a few too many vehicles in that route, but I'm not going to mess with it at this point. They're all running pretty well, so I'm not going to worry about it. And with nearly $1.5 billion in the bank, I really don't mind the occasional vehicle losing $1,000 or so. I think it'll be okay. So not a problem at all. I would think this one would be the next to finish, but I seem to remember that I have 2 different airplanes taking these goods. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just the one. Okay, so that's not bad at all. Alright, it's not 100% full, but it's pretty close. Hauled in 70 more. So yeah, so that actually should finish in a reasonable time, which is nice. Bronchester, maybe, or was it this one that I siphoned off of? I really don't remember. Maybe I split them at source. I think the source for that one was over here, and I think this might be where I'm splitting. Yeah, this is the source, and I am splitting them, so... okay, I kind of thought so. I seem to remember doing that. So, let's look at the other one that's getting close. That's this iron ore mission. How is the iron ore mine doing, wherever it is? It's actually doing fine. Oh, that's actually this one right here, isn't it? Well, how convenient. Just grab it right from there. Yep, definitely full, so that works. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, things are flowing smoothly. I like it. Very, very nice. It's actually kind of nice to get back into this game. The last couple of days, most of the stuff that I've uploaded is stuff I'd recorded a few days earlier, and I spent most of the last 3 days just clicking through turns in Aurora trying to get what I thought was going to be a very quick and easy thing done to get finished, but it ended up taking about 100 years in game, and while 100 years in this game flows pretty slowly, in that game it's even worse because you can only advance the clock month by month, and it just crawls click through click. So it was a little bit rough, but we got there, and so the Aurora series has resumed, and that means now I can get back to recording other stuff, like this game and the Gilded Dungeoneering, which is nice. I do like to have a little bit of variety. I could definitely run into a problem of getting bored if I was only ever playing one game, so having, 2 or 3 of them, that helps a bit. At some point I'll probably want to pick up Rail Tycoon 3 again. It's been a while since I've done one of those. The last mission I did for that was just, like, the scenario was just so difficult. It took me 3 tries on camera and about a dozen off camera before I finally made it, but just brutal. It's a very well developed little city. Well, cities, I guess, because they're 2 of them have merged together. That's a lot of boats. Dare I check it? Yep, and it's nowhere close to enough. And I bet on this side it's probably the same problem. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not adding any more boats. That's already a crazy number of them. But I'm pretty sure we're not going to get any new boats anyway. Nothing in the README file for the mods I've got mentioned it, but the fact that we haven't got any new boats since the 1960s kind of suggests that there's nothing else there, which is a bit of a shame. Because frankly, some of these boats are nice, but they're not that great. The passenger ferry is quite good, but the cargo ones are not that great. But anyway, that's okay. I wonder if is there anything I can do to speed up the goods here, which I know are then split, but what was I doing for these goods? Was it wood? Yeah, it looks like it's, oh yeah, there's the sawmill right there, the stacks of wood. It's not easy being blind, anyway. Well, granted, that forest is doing just fine, so I guess there really isn't much I can do to speed this up. There should definitely not be goods waiting here very often, or not, at least not for very long, not with 2 planes hauling them away. That's so nice that they'll just sit over here and wait for the hangar. It's such a busy little airport. Speaking of airports, are we at the point now finally to build the, well, we can build the little commuter one, which is pointless. The one I've got now is these metropolitan ones. Oh yeah, we can build the incredibly large international or intercontinental ones. I don't really need to at this point, but it's nice to know that they are at least available finally. I'm not sure what year they actually became available, but it's nice to know that they are there now. If I ever want to go through that very painful upgrade process again, which I don't, yeah, that was a pretty brutal couple of episodes. Don't remember exactly how far back that was, but it was a fair while ago. I think I named the episode something about paying triple for an airplane, because that was pretty much what I ended up having to do. Because I had the plane, paid for the upgrade. Excuse me. Paid for the upgrade to the faster model. Found out it didn't fit on any of these runways. Had to sell it, well, de-upgrade it back to the old one. Went through the painful process of upgrading the actual airports, which was a real hassle, because apparently some of the local authorities didn't like me, and yeah, it was just a mess. And then finally got to put the airplanes back to the better ones, but what a mess that was. So if you haven't watched from the beginning of this series and you are interested in what I'm talking about, just look for an episode that mentions paying triple for planes. That'll put you in the right area. I think it basically starts the either that episode or the one before, and it lasts a couple episodes of sheer agony for me. Anyway, okay, this guy here looks like he's going to be the first one done, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. That's such great acceleration, incredible top speed. I like it. I haven't seen any pop-ups for new vehicles, but I know the message buffer is not keeping up with us, so might not be a bad plan every couple of years or so just to take a quick look and see if there is any anything new. Okay, so nothing current there. The road vehicle I'm not even overly worried about. It's really just the planes and the trains I'm interested to see if there is anything new. The Dinger looks like that's still the best one for the planes, and there's still just the one helicopter. Okay. So nothing new yet. I'm not sure, when I was reading that README, it just said that it had vehicles until 2070, and I don't know if that means there is one last new vehicle at 2070, or if that's the final cutoff date when the last of the vehicles are no longer available. I'm not sure. But either way, 2070 will be the end of the season, so if nothing else, it's a good arbitrary stopping point anyway. At that point, we'll have played for this season for 270 in-game years, and frankly, that sounds like a lot. And, look at the guy, 230 years he's been in charge, still has the same gray hair and receding hairline, so good on him, lad, good on him. You don't look a day over 200. That's what, 70? Yeah, 74. 74 per trip, so not bad. Ooh, hang on. We have a new train. Yes, please. That's what we were waiting for. Leviathan into a Cyclops. So, much more powerful, a good jump in speed. I say do so. That is fantastic. Well, that just made this episode a winner. Doesn't take much to keep me amused, but giving me a new train is always a good place to start. There we go. New speed, 450. That is fantastic. And I'm pretty sure this is the last trip to finish off the mission there too, so that's also awesome. Good stuff. Very, 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 very good stuff. The acceleration is just amazing. Okay, there it goes. So that should finish that off. So we just have to wait for it to update. And then give us a new mission. But yeah, that absolutely makes my episode right there. Alright, what did you choose? You decided to go back to Nant Hill. Well, we definitely know that one's already in use because we've had that one a couple times before, so that's a little disappointing, but I'm not worried about it. Like I say, the train upgrade has made this episode a win in my book, so I am totally okay with that. If I wanted to go for the real high score, it could offer me a new plane or helicopter, but that's okay too. Actually, a new boat would be best, because I'm not impressed with these, but because everything else, you know, seems fairly modern. Like if I look at, say for example, even the road vehicles, right? I mean, these are going, you know, 100, 120 range, which for a road vehicle is about right, right? Obviously, the plane going at 2,000 kilometers an hour is, you know, about right. A helicopter at 500 is about right. And then you have these boats that just aren't keeping up. But that's okay. They are like 60 or 70-year-old technology now, so. Well, by all rights, the reliability is keeping up there. Usually when vehicles are like well past their introduction date. Let me pop back into here a minute. Like take for example the passenger ferry, right? It was introduced in '67. Usually, obviously they're fine for the first set. If you then build another one in, say, you know, in the 1990s, you know, the max reliability usually would be start lower than 90, and certainly by now it should be quite a bit lower. But they're holding on pretty well, so I guess that's all right. But I still would like faster ones. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to get to 2030 this episode. And that'll work, because we're pretty close to time control. So I think we'll just get to 2030, and we'll call that an episode. Seems like a good place to stop. Alright, there we go. Goodbye 2029, hello 2030. Okay, there we go. So folks, as I mentioned, I'm going to put a cut in the episode there, so until next time, stay calm, and I hope you'll come and chill with me again in the next video. Thanks for watching, bye now.